Welcome to Gemini season. For the Geminis, I'm going to be bringing you some validation in this video. And for the Gemini haters, I'm going to be bringing you some wisdom and clarity so you can understand more and hate less. I even took 5 minutes to put on things on my body so you can decide that you like me more. And that's not to invite your opinion because I really don't care. I just don't. The stereotypical thing for Gemini is they talk a lot and they're two-faced, right? What that really is that they can see person A's point of view and they can see person B's point of view without bias and judgment. It's the people who dislike that about the Gemini that have the bias and judgment about the Gemini. And a little bit deeper here, you know, the Taurus is the sign before Gemini. They're stubborn and bullheaded and you can't change their mind. So the way the zodiac works is it's a progression. Taurus is the sign before Gemini. Taurus is bullheaded and they will not see both sides. To improve that is Gemini. We work with our minds. We see both sides. To improve upon that, we have Cancer. And Cancer is psychic and they're very intuitive with their feelings and less about their minds. Sometimes you can have both in your chart or all three. Anyways, what I need you people to do is to think about the positive traits of where everything that exists belongs. It's your own negativity that looks down on it. Everything happens for a reason. Do you believe that? Everything exists for a reason. If you put a person who can see two sides of a situation in an environment where that isn't healthy, then you're gonna have a negative opinion about it. But really, it's just that it's the environment, it's the negative. Do you see a cactus planted in the middle of a snowstorm that's dying and you're like, oh, that's just a POS cactus? Or do you feel bad that it snowed? Which way are you looking at it? Now, since Gemini has all of this stuff running through mentally, they're actually manifestors and magicians, because in human design, since I'm here to combine all of them, the Gemini gates are through the throat. They go through the throat of manifestation. There's talent, there's talking about your experience, there's the kings and queens and empresses. In esoteric terms, it's where Taurus is the Garden of Eden, and then the lovers is the Gemini, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. The first human sign of the zodiac. Gemini is a yes and energy. And if you find that negative, you need to do your shadow work and figure that stuff out for yourself. It helps. Okay, so this is what people miss about the Gemini. Some of you, wait, before that, some of you know that when the Gemini is upset, they go quiet. You know you've upset a Gemini when they're not talking. But also, 6 houses from Gemini is Scorpio, and what's 6 houses away from a sign? Your habits, your lifestyle, your daily routine, pets, co-workers, and it's coming from your sun, your career identity and self-expression in the world. And you know, Scorpio can be police officers and morgues and cemeteries. Scorpio is about STFU and transmutation. So the daily secret about a Gemini is when it's time to zip it and take it to the grave, they can do that. Geminis are all of the aspects of both sides. They made it freaking Pride Month. Gemini is also an individual sign, meaning not social. The Gemini will be in social groups, but it's more like they're curious and collecting information, so they're getting information from their neighbors, and if their neighbor is a social sign, then all of the information from the neighbor's social circle, and then to the next person. And Gemini is it's a mutable sign, right? So when Gemini season comes, you can definitely expect whatever is transiting that area of Gemini. Now we're talking transits as opposed to your sun sign. you can expect that thing to be changing. Whatever energy, where planets go, energy flows. When planets are going through Gemini, you can be expecting some sort of a change in that energy. The same with Gemini placements. So if a Gemini changes their mind, it's not because they're unreliable and because they're fickle. It's because you need security, stability, the same constant things. Which a Gemini, a lot of them, unless they have fixed placements, will find that very dull and boring. So Gemini will change based on new information that they learn. Which, adaptability in nature, there would be no change of seasons without adaptability. There would be no animals that could protect themselves through camouflaging without adaptability. So where the Taurus is like, fuck you, I'm not gonna change. That's what makes me tough. Wait until like change comes for the Taurus and they're like, I'm crumbling, I can't handle this, I'm going insane. Find you a Gemini. Another thing about a Gemini, you know that they rule Gemini rules the shoulders and the arms, right? And the lungs. A lot of Geminis will talk with their hands. Normally the appearance of a Gemini rising sign is like tall with long limbs, skinny. So I think that's enough free information for now. Wore Lisa for the occasion. If you have any Q&As, let me know. If you want to do an energy exchange with me, let me know. I will accept some donations. It's very, it gives me fuel to keep this going, right? In human design, I am a projector. We need to be fed and nourished. We can't just keep giving all the time. It leads to burnout, exhaustion, and major medical problems. So let me know.